Hello and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You are gathered with us tonight for the Cookout podcast, where we talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling.
Yes. We are back here on another Tuesday night, Tuesday, April 23rd. Just 2 days removed from AEW Dynamite, which was a great show. If we did a watch along, if you want to go back and check that out, you can hear our reactions and reviews in real time. We are waiting for Miss Anika to join us tonight. We won't have CM and no Dolores tonight, so it'll just be me, Sammy, and Anika. We will be discussing, once Anika gets here, the pettiest moments in wrestling. So, anybody that enjoys being petty will enjoy talking about all the petty moments we're going to discuss. I think the bulk of them are probably WWE. I don't know if you have any AEW ones. I don't know if Anika has any AEW
I
ones.
specifically only chose WWE.
Well, to be fair, WWE is the pettiest company out there, so it's easy to, and they have more than enough to come up with five. So
I didn't want to pull up stuff from 50 years ago. I didn't like.
I hear you. So, welcome, Miss Anika. How are you?
Tired, but I'm here.
Yeah. I was just go ahead.
Quickly discuss the recent releases. There's 7 wrestlers.
Before we get into our pettiest moments in wrestling.
So, number 1 off the bat, I got to address former WWE champion Jinder Mahal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the issue with that? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't want anyone to not ever be unemployed or any of that stuff. But I mean, I consider him right there with Tyrus for like the worst wrestler of all time. So as far as I'm concerned, dude shouldn't be. It's like anywhere. So the fact that he got fired is okay with me to a certain extent. I mean, I don't think dude's hurting for money. I think he's a big celebrity in his country, in his world, and I think that he's had enough off the back of WWE already to probably be able to parlay that into enough of a financial whatever that he's not hurting for money. So
and he can pretty much go anywhere he wants.
Yeah, but
I can't see anybody really turning him down.
Do y'all see him still wrestling?
Yeah. No, I sure hope not. Sure hope not.
Gosh, yeah.
Who else?
Veer and Sangha.
I was
clean sweep of all the. Go ahead.
I was disappointed with those two because I felt like there was promise there, and they just went to the we're the foreign monsters. I'm like, no, these people, they're huge, but they're kind of sexy. I wish they would have went into the whole gentleman crazy people. Like them is like, if you've seen them Instagrams and when they're on backstage, when they had suits on, they look hot. And that could have been a story of the suave Indian people who could beat you up. I wanted that story, but no, you wanted Veer's coming and whatever.
I would say a lot of weird things do get over, but Veer's coming, I think, was always more laughed at than ever like taken serious. Even from the first time it was said, it was like, oh, what? Everyone just kind of took it as like. And just laughed at it. I don't, so
yeah.
I don't think y'all heard it right when y'all put that on paper.
All right. Next up, Cameron Grimes.
That was an interesting one for me. I think he's got a bright future somewhere else. I don't know if it's TNA. I don't know if it's New Japan. I don't know if it's AEW. I mean, my instincts are everyone should just go to AEW, but at the same time, like, obviously not everyone can just go to AEW, and I get it. I mean, but he'll end up somewhere. Maybe
I would hope TNA for him. I think
that would be an okay fit.
They'd give him the most to chew on. We had Von.
Wait, hold on. When did he get released? Because I didn't hear his.
I think that was this morning. I read that or heard that this morning.
The others were released yesterday. He was released today.
Okay.
Are you?
There could be more coming. We don't know. But that's what.
Are you still talking about Cameron Grimes, Anika, or did you? Okay. Because I thought Sam might have said another name that I missed. But.
I went to start saying another name. Von Wagner.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Again, I mean, here's a guy that's taken a ton of criticism, right?
Mhm.
Nobody I know seems to like Von Wagner.
He's
Nobody I
gotten
talk
better.
to likes Von Wagner. He definitely hasn't gotten over.
He's gotten
And
better.
he's had what?
He's gotten better.
I think he has gotten a little bit better, but he hasn't developed enough. So this isn't a surprise. I mean, if you're talking about people that are okay to be let go, he's probably one of them. Unfortunately for him, I mean.
Uh, Up next, Zia Lee.
Uh, Again, another interesting one. I mean, it seemed like when she first came in, she was kind of being pushed a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, maybe she never really got over. I'm not sure. What about you guys? You guys like her?
Um,
I I thought she was a nice talent. I thought she was a great worker. Um,
I was a fan of the tea ceremony she had with Tyra Val. No, not Lyra
not a
Valkyria.
bacteria.
Yeah, my bad.
I just cut because she's still wearing a Power Ranger chick. But yeah, no, no. I think she had promise. It's just one of them things where a good push is very necessary. And even though they somewhat gave her something with Becky, it went up on the wrong foot when she was like, I want a title shot. Be like, all right, bet. Like, not now. It's like, that's so. Who writes this stuff? That sounds. You made her sound stupid.
Yeah. Um, and last but not least, Zion Quinn.
I mean, I don't know what these guys were getting paid or whatever, but it seems to me that if your goal is to really want to be a wrestler and your hope is to make it on TV and actually get TV time, I assume you'd rather be let go with the ability to maybe go somewhere else and find a better spot than just sitting and catering. A lot of these people aren't getting any time on TV anyhow. So, I mean, Von Wagner was pretty steady on NXT, but some of these people, I mean, especially what you call it, the person you just named. Obviously, I'm already drawing a blank on his name. Uh,
Zion Quinn.
wasn't get There you go. Wasn't getting any time on TV anyhow. So I mean, I assume if I'm him, just let me go and I can go somewhere else and maybe actually try to do something as opposed to just sit here and do nothing. But
I see a
who
lot of
knows? I mean,
promise
it
from
was
him. Like,
yeah.
I felt like
I
they
don't think there's
never
anything
really
wrong
gave
with
him
it.
anything to work with, and that's the problem.
I agree. No, I agree.
I'm pissed about Karen Grimes. Like y'all, I didn't know until y'all just told me. He was my favorite in NXT.
Mhm.
The whole thing with him and Ted DiBiase was gold. Him and Dexter Loomis was hilarious.
Him and LA Knight,
Him and LA Knight, him and the way
North
that
American
that
champion.
that should have been he should have been a star. And I'll tell you when it started. When they freaking cut his beard off, that pissed me off. But that was a Vince Man move. And it's just,
I think he really suffered, unfortunately, from being brought to the main roster.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I feel like he was doing much better as a bigger fish in a smaller pond in NXT, and once he moved to the main roster, he just seemed to kind of fall through the cracks. Either they don't know what to do with him or they just didn't have anything for him. I mean, I say this all the time. I mean, even if you have, a group of writers, there's only so many people that they're going to come up with storylines for, right? And there's only so many storylines they're going to do. So, and if you're
Uh,
not lucky enough to be one of them, then you're going to be sitting, right? And
like
so I think
LA
he suffered
Knight
from some of that.
seemed to get over in spite of how WWE was booking him.
Yeah.
Like WWE
Hmm.
did him no favors. He got
But
over it
Yeah.
in spite of them.
the difference
I
is
agree with
at
that.
least LA Knight had something. Like even though he didn't like the Max Dupree, he I a lot more people than not were invested in that whole maximum male models thing. With Cameron, they stripped him of everything he was. We went to the main rock. He was generic wrestler number 5, and that really
Yeah.
pissed me off because he was hilarious. He was He had personality. He was good, and hopefully he'll go to TNA. I hope he goes to TNA. It brings back everything that made him Cameron Grinder.
I think he'd also do well in NWA, but like, is anybody watching NWA anymore?
There's
I
some
mean, there
people.
are, but I don't know how many, or I don't know who. I mean, I'm not watching it at the moment, so no one on this channel watches it. Um, there are people that watch it, but I think it's few and far between.
If I
Wrestling,
start hearing good things, I'll check it out again. But like,
I'll be right back.
wrestling's a niche thing, right? And NWA is even a smaller, a tiny niche amongst the niche, right? So,
but I feel like his character would fit well there if you wanted to go
yeah,
there.
yeah,
To
absolutely. I
the
think his character,
moon.
it would fit well. I mean, they like over the top characters there, and I think he would fit well in kind of that old studio style that they do. Yeah, I think that'd be a good fit. I just don't know if anybody watches it. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, I'd like to see him get, a bigger stage somewhere, TNA, AEW, where he actually has some matches with some, can actually whatever show
I'd
how
be
good he
willing
is.
to check them out for their next pay per view. I don't know when the next pay per view is, but I'd be willing to check it out again, see how it is, if it's gotten better. But like a lot of people left when Tyrus became champion, and he was
Oh
champion
yeah,
for a
absolutely.
while.
He was. Yep. Yeah. No, that's when I left, and I haven't been back since.
And a lot of
And
people
I know
aren't
that he's not.
impressed that the current champion is EC3.
Yes, he absolutely is. Which I like EC3. He's a lot, obviously, a lot better than Tyrus. So I mean, I don't
Mm-hmm.
have a problem with him being champion. So there's that. I just haven't. I mean, with the amount of wrestling I watch for this channel in general, it's one of the things I haven't had a chance to get back to yet.
Like,
Scoring out enough time in the day to watch that as well. Between Raw and NXT, and I try to pay attention at least to SmackDown, what's going on, and Dynamite and Collision and Rampage and Ring of Honor and TNA. It's like MLW.
MLW,
It's always
AAA, CMLL,
right.
NJPW, Stardom, TJPW, NOAH.
CM says she's got. I say you enjoy that NWA. I think that's what she's talking about. Go on, Sammy. You can enjoy that NWA. She's not watching it. Let's put it that way. Uh, there's proof there's no testing in NWA because EC3 is champion. Yeah, it's probably true. That could very well be true. That could very well be true. All right. I guess we'll wait for Anika to come back to start our conversation about pettiness. That's right. Allegedly, no testing. Allegedly.
But you got it before I could. All right.
uh,
Well, I can start off with my number 5.
is that how we're gonna do it? Because I don't really have them in an order. Like I told you
Uh,
before, I barely have 5. So
mine's not
uh,
really in order, but I'll try and put it in order while I say them. Like, I think the
yeah,
bottom of the pack has to be HBK and The Rock. I think that has to be in my number 5.
BK and Brett just their
No.
ongoing.
HBK and The Rock.
Oh, HBK and The Rock. Okay. So Sammy's starting with his 5th pettiest moment in wrestling, and I didn't really do. First of all, I think I only have 3 or 4. This was hard for me because my memory's terrible, and when I looked it up, it was what it was. It was hard to kind of find some stuff. But after talking with Sammy, I do have some. So, but I don't have them in real order. But
I mean,
so
in
Sammy
all
has The
honesty,
Rock.
now that you say it, I probably should have went with Brett over The Rock. I didn't have Brett on my list.
So you said Brett
So
and HBK. What happened?
no. She said Brett and The Rock.
When was
Bret
so
Hart and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So explain for those that don't know or don't remember. Explain all of us when you announce what it is. Explain a little bit about why it's petty and what was going on.
It all started when The Rock was a kid, and Shawn Michaels insulted The Rock's grandmother. Then The Rock grows up. The Rock goes and works for the WWF. And Shawn was a dick. Well, he was a dick to everyone. but he was a big dick to The Rock. And even Brett has mentioned this of like how Brett would have The Rock's back backstage. And they've never had a big feud together. The most that they've done is spots where like a super kick here, you know, like that's the most the two of them have ever had. They've never had an actual feud, and that and it feels to me is that The Rock should be the one who should be pissed off at Sean, but for whatever reason, Sean was the one who was always pissed off at The Rock for no reason, telling him, "You can't do a top rope drop kick. That's my move. You can't do it."
Didn't think Sean's that much older than Dwayne. When Dwayne was a kid, The Rock was already a wrestler. I mean, that when Dwayne was a kid, HBK was already a wrestler enough to talk shit to him.
Like
There's
5
that
years
much age
older.
difference. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Doesn't really seem like a lot. What was he, 20, and Dwayne was 15, or what? I mean, look.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best it could be, right? I mean,
Yeah, probably.
so
That's probably it.
More so, it's just the 5 years in the business over Rock. So in that aspect, you're the veteran, yes.
He was already top of the mountain when Rocky Maivia went in.
Shawn Michaels is interesting for me. You know, I was a huge HBK fan, and I still.
Yeah,
It's so
me
hard
too.
because knowing what I know now about what a piece of shit he was backstage, and just an asshole in general he was when it came to booking, when it came to just interaction with people and all that kind of stuff. That stuff shouldn't really matter when you're weighing, how good they are in the ring, because in the ring he's one of the greatest ever,
One of
right?
the
I mean, he
greatest.
just is, no,
Yeah.
hands down. But just his backstage stuff, I don't know. It leaves such a sour taste, and it's like I don't know. How much does that have an effect on where he actually lies in my mind as far as greatness or not? I mean, I don't. I mean, if we're gonna pin stuff on other people, he hasn't done as bad as some things. He hasn't said the N word like Hogan. He hasn't, maybe sexually assaulted women like Ric Flair. But he has his own transgressions that may be by some people considered equally as bad, right? Or some whatever. I mean, so I don't know. I mean, it's tough, right? I don't know.
It feels like he's the scapegoat in all of these scenarios where he was being reactive, and because his reactiveness was louder than most people, oh, he's a butthole. What did you do first? What did you do first? But no one wants to say what they did first. Oh no, I was just a butt. He was just a butt. Okay, cool, fine. Okay, whatever. Y'all know what y'all did. Y'all. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. That's all I'm gonna
There's
say.
no bias from the HBK Homer Lever.
I
Our
got a
favorite
story.
wrestler of all time.
For him and Brett, where Brett's agreeing to drop the title to him, and he's just like, "Listen, we might have our differences back here, but I just want you to know that I'm going to keep you safe in the ring." And Sean's like, "Well, that's cool. I wouldn't do it for you."
Yeah.
See. Oh, of course, one side of the story. Yeah, that's how that seems like a reasonable conversation to other people. Sure. Yeah. True. Bret Hart was.
Let's put our
You,
differences
you,
aside. Let's have a good match. I wouldn't do that for you.
you, you, you did notice who surprisingly was not available for comment on Dark Side of the Ring and the Montreal Screwjob, right? Shawn Michaels is nowhere to be seen as far as talking and giving his side of the story anywhere.
How many times does a freaking tell my side
You
of the
can't tell
freaking
me they
story?
didn't reach out to him either. Like you can't tell me they didn't ask him to come on and give his side of the story.
We've already been through this. I'm not saying it again. He was going to leave with the belt. That was dumb. We had to stop him. Period. I don't understand why y'all don't understand why that hadn't happened.
I'm just thankful that he
so-
found God and had a second run and was able to, make amends for a lot of his past mistakes. But like,
next.
Stone Cold didn't like him. Taker didn't like him. I mean, his best friend Triple H had issues with him too at times. Like,
next.
we can blame the drugs. We can do that.
Sure, if you want to. It was Sean and his drugs. No one else. It was just Sean. Everyone else was perfect. He didn't have a little attitude in his brain. Yeah. All right. Who's your five AW
So let's see.
or
Like I
four?
said, I don't really have them in
Yeah.
that order. So I guess one of the ones that I was talking with Sammy about before that I'll mention, and I don't know really where it goes because I don't have them ranked, but they've done some shitty shit to some people over the years. Uh, One of the ones I was talking to him about was when they, because Vince was bitter about Dusty's success prior to WWF and coming there, he put him in yellow polka dots and made him kind of a clown show to a certain extent and a little bit of a comedic circus act, all just because he was pissy that Dusty was already made, kind of like this, great wrestler, right? That he wasn't a WWE star, WWF star. So that's just another example of how WWE has done little things, I guess. I don't know if it's little, but things here and there to be extremely petty, right? You take someone like a superstar like Dusty Rhodes and put him in polka dots and make him act like a clown to a certain extent. It's like, yeah, okay, all
And he
right.
still got
Guess it
over
is what
stuff.
it is.
And he still
He did
got
get
over
over it.
stuff.
Well, that's how charismatic Dusty is, right? I mean,
Right?
Dusty was the kind of guy you could give him nothing, right, and he'll make it work. So, yeah.
Well, come on the mop man. Okay.
All
All right.
right. What about you, Anika?
Number five. All right. And my list is gonna have some petty good and some petty bad. Number five is petty bad and petty stupid, which is the belt swap of 2020 between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Miss Flair. Now, here's the thing. We all agreed that this was stupid. We all agreed that switching the women's Raw championship and the women's SmackDown championship with no match or no storyline, we all said it was stupid. Like you didn't get no pushback from it. But oh no, you want to leave you want to leave the two girls in the ring with you hanging and just go off the freaking script because oh you're Charlotte Flair, you're not gonna get suspended for it. And so yo dumb behind gonna freaking flip the freaking belt on the floor. See, this is when this was pandemic time where people didn't know what like we could have done whatever the freak we wanted. It wasn't a shoot fight. That should have been a freaking shoot fight. Because what you're not gonna do is just gonna toss a belt at me. Like I done hurt your feelings. Like I kicked your puppy in the freaking nuts. Like so petty and so dumb. And so yeah, that's my number five of my petty list of wrestling history.
It's amazing how it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's your job, whether it's your family, whether it's whatever. Human being doesn't by nature they can become very petty very quick, right? If you put through a way, you see that, right? It doesn't matter who it is. Everyone has the ability to get petty.
And like I said, the pettiness of like, why are you being petty? We all agree it's stupid, but you want to be extra petty on national television? Come on,
Right.
man.
All right, Sammy, what's your number 4?
John Cena and JTG. So, JTG. All right. Well, there was JTG was doing a solo sort of run, and an interviewer had asked him like how he feels about Chad, and he said the dynamic between them was that they had friendship, family, loyalty, and respect for each other. And John Cena hearing loyalty, respect, he was like, you know that new merch deal you got going of those yo sunglasses? Yeah, that's gone. And cost JTG millions of dollars of merch.
Yeah, I mean, I always liked JTG. I mean, I'm a John Cena fan too, so it is what it is. But I always like JTG, so that's a tough thing to deal with for sure. And it just goes to show you that no matter who it is, everyone, like I said, can be petty.
I think it was
time, right?
unintentional on JTG's part saying that. Like, it's just what flowed out of him when thinking of Shad.
Right.
But also, it's Cena trying to protect his brand, but him being like, that merch sales you're about to have, yeah, that's gone. Your merch is not going onto the shop. It's pretty petty.
Pretty petty.
Pretty.
All right. Let's see. I've got WWE making Harry Saturn date a mop because he got in a botch because he had a match with a local talent. There was a botch. Perry Saturn got pissed off, beat the shit out of the guy, and ended up in a real shoot fight. WWE wanted to punish him, and so they made him date a mop. So there you go. Classic WWE pettiness. I guess it was WWF at the time still, but or maybe it was he already. But yeah, instead of releasing him, they wanted to punish him, and this was a way to punish him. So make him look like a clown and date him up. So
It's so.
that's
It's like I wonder what contracts were like, right? Like, no, I quit. I don't need this. I really don't. And I love that there are now two companies because that's unfortunately what happens when when you're the top dog. There's only one company in the business. You have to go through this somewhat, if you really love what you're doing, right? But it's
yeah.
it is like, why? It's like,
All right, what's your number 4, Nika?
I'm trying to think. I know this was my list. I have my top three indefinitely, but I don't have a four. I'm trying to. My top three is impenetrable, but four petty. I kind of had it in mind. Let me just go through my Rolodex. All right, boom. All right, there it is. Top number 4. This is petty good, right? And we're gonna keep this same energy, Mr. Shawn Michaels. Yes, and this is 2005, the match between him and Hulk Hogan. Freaking Spell Fest, and I love every minute of it because here's the thing, right? Yes, Shawn comes back as a new person. He locked old Shawn in a box. Like, I don't want to be a bad guy like that anymore. That was old me. You don't want it to come out. But Mr. Hogan said you should be the heel in this. You should be the heel in this scenario. Okay, yeah, okay, fine, bet. I don't know if so. Mick Foley said the best thing. No one remembers 1995, but that might have been the 1995 and 1996. But that might have been the greatest wrestling and stuff ever, right? I said to say this, Mr. Hulk Hogan. If you don't know, if you have never seen Hill Shawn, I don't think you would have ever asked for Hill Shawn. So you have Hill Shawn Michaels, who's doing his best heel work in a minute. But Mr. Hulk Hogan wants to be reactive over some kayfabe and talking about, I thought you were a Christian. I thought you were like, hold up, sir. You asked for this. Okay. So you want to go that far? We're going to turn this up a notch. SummerSlam 2005. Just like this, I'm just going to go balls out to the wall. Every time your little 5 little doom, I'm going to just do backflips. Every time you touch me, and it was, and I love every minute of it. It is hilarious. Like, even with that, and then you're so stupid, you actually think that he's actually doing you a favor because that's how simple of a wrestler you are, sir.
That was such a big thing of like, he didn't even realize until he watched it back. Like, you were there in the moment. Like, how did you not realize he was like overselling every little thing you were doing?
Because that's how simple you are, sir. And that whoever gave you the pin to what you call it, make important decision WCW, go shoot yourself in the foot because this man doesn't know.
If you see at the end of the match, he gives him the old butthole tickle.
Which means, oh, great job. No, sir. I was making fun of you. You idiot.
The old butthole tickle.
That's how wrestlers tell each other good job.
Right, exactly. But like I said, you idiot.
Please don't tickle my butthole. I'm sorry.
It Okay.
Especially not to tell me I'm doing a good job.
I don't know who came up with that, but wow, I can't believe that existed in wrestling for all these decades.
Watch some stuff bad. It's like it's not. It's a tickle. You shouldn't like. It shouldn't be a pleasurable thing. It's a little tickle. Like thank you. Okay, good job.
You're not supposed to implant your whole hand. This is supposed to be a tickle.
This little tickle.
Just one finger at the rim, just a tickle.
I think it's a 2-finger situation.
Oh, it's a 2-finger. 2 fingers is in depth.
Like
2 fingers.
Claw. This little claw. This tickle.
Oh my God! Okay, before this gets anywhere, Sammy, what's your number 3?
My number 3 goes to Chris Benoit and The Miz, where The Miz was supposedly eating fried chicken over Benoit's bag and may or may not have gotten crumbs on it. May or may not. We don't know.
May or may not have gotten crumbs on it.
But anyways, Benoit kicked Miz out of the locker room, and he stayed out of the locker room for 7 months until Undertaker was like, nah, you're letting him back in.
Well, we all know. Okay, we all know Chris Benoit had a little bit of anger issues, right? So,
what even just him? Like some stuff, I know people love the behind the scenes stuff. Like I don't need to know all this. Chris Benoit was my favorite, and I already have a hard time with what he did. And now you come out before he went butt crack crazy. He was still a butthole. Like, come on, bro! Don't tell me these stories.
Right? Yeah.
All right, you go, ALW.
All right. Let's see. I'm trying to decide if I want to use another one that I found, or the one that Sammy gave me, because I like the one that Sammy gave me because I was missing a couple, but I also like this one. So this one seems pretty funny. I think I'll use this one first, and I'll use one Sammy gave me next. Do you all remember at the end of Mickie James and John Cena's relationship when she went into a feud with Michelle McCool, and Michelle McCool proceeded to call her Piggy James and had her face on the pig body, which ultimately, honestly, according to Mickie James, was a result of her leaving when her contract expired. That's why she didn't want to stay. So, yeah. So there you go. WWE's not. I mean, she thought she'd be booked as a top athlete, apparently, and this is what she got. She got Michelle McCool and then got told that she was
I'm very happy because that was 2009, right? I couldn't get SmackDown on my TV because it was on a different channel. I was very sad about that, but on the other hand, okay, that gives me a little comfort. I didn't miss a lot. I didn't miss anything great.
If you think that's disgusting, wait until you hear my number 1.
All right, what's your number 3, Anika?
Number 3. This is petty bad. And again, why? Why? There's no beef. You don't. Okay. So, 2012. Rock versus Cena. Once in a lifetime. Should only be once in a lifetime. 2013. I remember it. But they're having a promo segment, right? We're gonna hype up this match at WrestleMania 28. It's gonna be great. Mr. John Cena wants to do the pettiest thing in the world, which is to tell everyone that The Rock has what he's gonna say on his arm. Sir, why? Why? This isn't a blood feud. This man don't know you from Adam. They asked him to come in and we're doing WrestleMania in Miami. You're gonna face this dude named John Cena. Okay, bet. But Mr. Cena wants to be mad because people like him, because people like The Rock over you, sir. It's The Rock. Like, all right, I'm going to embarrass The Rock.
It goes a little deeper.
What? Say what?
So it's like with MJF and CM Punk, where John Cena felt betrayed of like when he was coming into the business, his biggest inspiration being The Rock, and The Rock abandons WWE and goes to Hollywood.
And again,
he took that personally.
You 12-year-old, you child,
right?
You child, okay? Yeah. sorry, sir. And then you realize that you're a hypocritical little bastard. You can't wrestle if you're only the few greats who don't take any breaks. Allegedly, a bastard. Wait, I don't know. So you would say allegedly yes or no. Only a few greats wrestle on a consistent basis and stay in wrestling, right?
Yeah,
But when you
well,
have
Cena said he regrets that.
yeah. No. We're gonna talk about what he regrets. This is my list. This is my list. We're gonna sit in this for a little bit, and then we're gonna give him this little. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Like I said, like the pettiness of it is, this man didn't do nothing to you. Come on, what has happened, bro? You was in your 30s, bro.
Yeah.
You was in your 30s. You was a grown behind man. You still mad because he left, and he did what's best for his family. Oh, go on somewhere with your little punk behind. Oh, he should have stepped up. It should have just been once in a lifetime Rock beat Cena, and that's it. But oh no, the kids, both the kids.
Like, I don't feel like there's many things that John Cena has apologized for. He's apologized for The Rock and Nexus, but like he's never apologized for JTG. Never.
Yeah. But still, like I said, the apologies after it happened. It happened.
Mm-hmm.
You can't rewrite the past. You can't redo Wade Barrett's run. You can't take the stuff back. Now again, yes, you're sorry, you're my fault. I get that. But no, we're gonna stay in this like, oh, you paid a little bastard. Allegedly.
Allegedly. All
and
right.
he did that without
Timmy.
The Rock being aware too, which he said that was completely wrong of him.
What is wrong with you, bruh?
All right. You know what? I'm going to swap my number 1 and my number 2 because I want to talk about this right now. All right. Sable's return to WWE, where Sable had left after suing Vince for sexual harassment and everything. And then, boom, he immediately puts her into a storyline of him sexually harassing and assaulting her on camera.
Sable is I think she should do Dark Side of the Ring because like I want to know her full story. I was a fan. I was a great 1998 was her jam. I was all for Sable, right? 2003 was it was fine. But then like you said, you come back, you do the storyline.
You want to sue me for sexual misconduct? I'll show you sexual misconduct. That's what Vince was thinking in his head.
And I don't want to victimize her, but I'm like, why would you come back? I know it's a weird thing to say, but why would you come back? And you know this man's still in charge, right? And then you marry Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I need like Dark Side of the Ring. Please get in touch with Sable. I need to know these. I have questions. I have questions that need answered. And I don't know. I don't understand. Two and two don't come together. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, like you said, you hate to ever, put anything on the victim, but if you know somebody is a certain way, why are you going to put yourself back in that environment? I mean, that I don't understand. But don't get me wrong. I mean, at the time that this was going on, WWE was really the only place to work in many regards, as far as a big stage, right? So there wasn't an AEW at the time. There wasn't, that kind of. So, if you wanted to wrestle on a big stage, it's kind of what you had to do, I guess, and had to deal with WWE. So,
I mean, I suppose she could have went to TNA, but TNA would definitely not be paying her what WWE was willing to pay her.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so my number 2, I'll go with the one that Sammy gave me because I like it, which is WWE being petty and calling Mercedes Vernado and Trinity Fatu unprofessional when they walked away from WWE because they were being booked in a way that was not copacetic. Let's put it that way. when they did what they needed to do, stood up for themselves and said, "No, we're not taking this." And walked out to stand their ground. Then they called him unprofessional and proceeded to badmouth him and talk shit about him. And honestly, this is another one of those situations where I guess Vince is gone. But like, if I'm Naomi, I don't know why you're back in WWE. You were treated like shit. I mean, yes, it's a Triple H era, but those guys were there already. Like, those guys have been there for a long time. Like, I mean, that's nothing new. I mean, so I don't know. It seems weird to me. But again, she's with her husband now, I guess, and money is what it is. So I guess it is what it is. But if you fuck me over and I go out on my sword and stand my ground, I'm definitely not coming back later. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I mean, I'm just not doing that. Like, not. Yes, and it feels like they're. I don't want to say they're punishing her because she is still getting TV time and stuff, but she's definitely not being put on the level that she should be put on at this point in WWE.
I mean, she's getting a title match. That's something.
Yeah.
They're definitely doing better by her than before she left, right? You still do more, but they're doing better than her before she left. And it's like, yeah, it is hard. It is hard to say why people come back, but you have to know it wasn't like, yeah, Triple H was there, but he didn't have any power. Like in that situation, they demoted him. People don't realize that he was demoted from his COO.
I think that was also when he was on hiatus due to his heart stuff.
And so like, I remember when Bailey was like, that she was hurt when that happened. She was like, I wish I was there because maybe I would have. Like, I'm not 100% guaranteed what would happen. Maybe I could have smoothed things over. So in that situation, hot heads were hot heading, but I wouldn't be mad if they would finally say I'm sorry. That goes a long way. It's not just for Naomi; it's for her fans too. Yeah, we were hella pissed as well. We were hella pissed as well.
Right. All right. What's your number 2, Miss Anika?
We're on number 2. We're getting clear, going through like as a fire. Okay, number 2. All right, number 2. I'm gonna because I know what my 1 and 2 are. I was gonna I'm simple as Sammy look for something, but I will go with number 2. WCW. Now look, Monday Night War for Monday Night War, right? We were it was a dog fight. It was a dog fight. It wasn't. Oh, we were gonna both be good. No, one's gonna come out on top, and we're gonna destroy the other person. But to come on at 8, and WWE comes on at 8:30, and you say to yourself, "Huh, they're not live, so we're gonna tell our audience what the freak is gonna happen on Monday Night Raw, so they don't watch." Come on, man! That's so petty!
Nothing petty about that.
That is so petty. If you have a good show, you don't have to do that. Just let both shows come on, and the best show happens.
Well, it worked until it didn't.
No, Mick Foley, yeah. But like who likes spoilers? No one likes a freaking spoiler. So you just being petty, like out of the pettiness of your heart, you just spoiling stuff for no good reason. That is hella petty. And like Sammy said, it was working until you crossed the wrong person. Mick Foley is gonna win the world title.
From The Rock.
I'm gonna do that. Y'all stupid. Mick Foley was that dude. You wanted to see that. Click, and that's why you're not here anymore. Because like pettiness is good, but you can't let the pettiness overflow. You let it overflow. You let it bubble over too much, and now you got lip noodles. They're not al dente. That's what happened.
And it was a great match too. It was better than what WCW had on at the time. Tell you that.
Unnecessary.
Finger poke of doom.
All right. I'm unveiling number one. Sammy, what's your number one pettiest moment?
I originally had this as number 2, but it's number 1 now. It is the curtain call leading to the creation of the game, where Scott Hall and Kevin Nash left, so they couldn't be punished. Sean was the top dude in the company. He couldn't be punished. So who'd they punish? Triple H. And Triple H took that personally. They took King of the Ring away from him.
I'm trying to see the pages. Like that was just an unfortunate circumstances. It really does suck the whole situation because like I said, like here's the thing. Okay, so this is why I go to bat for Shawn Michaels, right? Because yes, sometimes he said like no, he said I'll admit I was a but some stuff he still stands on. He's like I don't know why it happened, but it happened. He was like we went to Vince. We told him this is what we're going to do. He said yes. So why are you flipping the script on us now? When we told you we wanted to say goodbye to our friends before they went to WCW. So why are you mad now? When we told you behind stage. It wasn't like we impromptu said it. We impromptu did this moment before that tells you anything. We told you, and so now you want to punish why? Because people said we should be punished. Little crickets. They probably don't have no TV time. They don't deserve TV time. Come on, man. But it turned to the game. He became the game for it. So yeah. And the person who won King of the Ring was Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin. And we had the famous promo of Austin 316 said, I just whooped you. So, sometimes the stars have to align through pettiness. Yes, they sometimes they have to go that way. Again, y'all should have confiscated freaking cameras. Who snuck a camcorder in Madison Square Garden? So that's on that don't them either. That's on security. That's on security of the Madison Square Garden, the biggest arenas in the world.
Yeah, nowadays everybody's got a camera. They keep it in their pocket, but like that was really the day that there's 2 days that kayfabe died. The curtain call, and when Vince said to get out of the tax stuff and the steroid stuff and everything else of this isn't a sport. This is entertainment.
Yeah. Vince did his darnest to kill pro wrestling, but we are still here. We are still here, and you is not no more. It took us 30 years to get rid of your old behind. You might come back, but as right now, you're gone. You're not here anymore. All right, AOW, what is your number one?
Number one is the idea of making anybody kiss anybody's ass on stage or on film or on screen is just disgusting and deplorable. But the fact that you do it to someone like JR, who's a legend in his own home state, and have The Undertaker force him to do it is just beyond petty. I mean, they humiliated JR a lot during his career, but this I thought was the worst of the worst. And anytime you make someone have to kiss your naked ass on national television, yeah, you're a pretty petty person. I'm not even sure exactly what JR had done at that point to deserve that. But just over the years, he seems to enjoy humiliating JR for his own amusement. And this was one of those times, and the worst for me.
I will say that at least there was a nice ending to it. Like, he also had William Regal do it, but when The Rock grabbed Vince's head and made him kiss Rikishi's ass,
it did make up a little bit for it.
It made up a little bit for it,
yeah. And also when DX put his head up of Big Show's behind. So yes. But yeah, like you said, what's the point of this, bruh? Like, go to therapy, bruh. I'm fucking.
And to do it in his home state in front of his, his fans, and it's like, come on,
hug your inner child. Make sure he's safe before you just let this pettiness out on the loose on the world.
All right. Yeah. It's amazing to me the stuff that people have put up with behind Vince McMahon. I mean, again, at the time, for a lot of years it was the only thing, right? In many respects. So I guess you had to deal with what you had to deal with, but man, that's brutal. It's just brutal.
Like I had so many things where I was like, "Oh, that was terrible," but I was like, that goes beyond petty. I can't put that on the list. That goes beyond petty."
Right.
Yeah. All righty, Nico. What's your number one pettiest moment?
Sunny days. Now, like I said, I didn't even want my baby to be on this list so many freaking times, but I was offending him with my life. And again, it takes two to tango. And just because my baby was larger than life, but because he was larger than life, y'all stuff was in the dirt. So you know what? He got fed up with it. He got fed up. You're like, all right, so keep calling me out. Let me call you out in the most subtle way possible. I'm just saying, oh, because I know you have some sunny days ahead of you. Right. And you just didn't react, bruh. You didn't have to react. No one knew what the freak was saying. It was really that simple as hell. But because you knew what you was doing and you was steaming, you oust yourself, bruh. You oust yourself.
No, he was in the doghouse for it.
No. What I'm saying is, if he would have just played it cool in front of the cameras, he would just played it off. He would have gotten away with it. But no, you had to get all hot and bothered in front of the freaking flashing lights and the cameras. That's when your wife was like, "What the frick is he talking about?" And you had to tell your wife what the frick he was doing because what's not gonna happen is you have to put all this on me. No, we all nasty up in this piece. I'm just the only one who's out, who's right out with my nastiness. So yeah, you can push me too doggone far. I'm gonna be hella petty, and now you gotta go home and deal with your mess. That's my thing.
I mean, I don't think he did.
What you mean?
Sonny has admitted to sleeping with a dozen different wrestlers, and she has always denied Bret.
Again, if you didn't do it, then why would you? If you don't do nothing, the reaction he gave is not of someone who didn't do anything. You don't get that hot off the collar.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like as a man, like if I was married and somebody's throwing false allegations about me out in public, like I'd be worried my wife is gonna be mad. Like, why are you doing that to me? I didn't do nothing.
But no. It wasn't a how dare you. It was a nigga, I'ma kick your behind because you was ousting me in front of this national television. No. And maybe and I've seen backstage videos of Sunny playing with Brett's son, so maybe she felt bad because the son had to realize how nasty your dad is. But yes, that was hella petty. And like I said, you would just would have played it cool, bro. You would just played it cool. It was not good in the hood, but you didn't play it cool, bro. You didn't.
Brett denied it. Sonny denied it. Vince Russo denied it. Like the only person who believes it happened is Shawn Michaels. He's the only person who believes it happened.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just. You can deny all you want, and yes, we'll keep that lie. Keep it alive. Yes, you can do that. Yes.
I don't see any reason why Sonny would lie.
Like I said, if you
I'd understand Brett lying and saying he didn't do it, but Sonny saying it never happened. But she's like, but I did sleep with Dolph Ziggler. I did sleep with Shawn Michaels. I did sleep with so and so. I did sleep with so and so. But then saying, but I didn't do it with Brett. I mean, let's be real. Like the only person Brett would have been willing to cheat on his wife with is a clone of himself.
That's what you say. Mm-hmm. But okay, sure, yeah. Everyone denied it, so it didn't happen. Fine, sure. But that is my number one pettiest. And we have to do honorable mention. This list came about because we're going to this is we're going it's wrestling, right? Pettiness was going to come along, but the week in AEW, I felt like we should have to exorcise our demons and let the pettiness out, right? We are in a great era of wrestling, so let's just get all these angry toxins out of our bodies and enjoy wrestling. No more pettiness for a while. Let's say 2 months. Can you give me 2 months of no pettiness, please? AEW and WWE, please. Let's just both be great. Let's all enjoy wrestling. Please.
Not possible.
2 months? Like I said, I know it's gonna happen, but
We're not even gonna make it a week.
don't say that. That's all right.
If you think Drew McIntyre's not going to come out on Monday and be petty about something, you are mistaken. If you think Liv Morgan's not going to come out and be petty about something on Monday, you are mistaken.
Drew was very disrespectful yesterday. I didn't like that. That is your friend.
Burger after burger after burger.
That was so. You are so disrespectful, sir. Get your stuff together. That ain't right. That is your friend.
Like he doesn't have abs, sure, but like he's still fit.
Now, you can't tell me his new trunks make a difference. I don't know who told him to wear them god awful green trunks last week, but now he went back to the black tighty whities. He looks so much better. It looks so much freaking better, baby. I get it. You're subconscious when you come back, but yeah, don't ever wear them green shorts ever again in life, please.
All right. Well, where is it? I'm lost.
Oh, what are you trying to get?
The card for the week. Oh, here it is. Found it.
Yeah. This is our. Oh, am I doing it or are you doing it?
I figured you'd do it.
Hi, thank you for watching our cookout, our weekly dose of what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling. This is our list. It is fluid. Sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't, but we try because we love you and you love us. We're going to try to get together as many times as possible. But there is something every day, whether it's short form or in a full on live or on a watch along. So this is our schedule for each week. Every week. On Monday, we have Team Stars, New Japan Wrestling Review. On Tuesday, like tonight, we have the Cookout, what's going on in the world of all wrestling. On Wednesday, we have all.
Not anymore.
Are we doing shorts or not?
Shorts. I did a short of Raw today, and ALW will do a short of NXT tomorrow.
So our show All for Not are in little mini short reviews of Monday Night Raw and NXT. On Tuesday, again, we're having shorts of it's still Ask Man of Dynamite, but they're Ask Man of Dynamite shorts. What happened yesterday in AEW Dynamite. And on Friday, we had the watch along of Friday Night Fight, which is WWE SmackDown and AEW Rampage. On Saturday, we have a shorts of the above the radar, below the radar. What is it?
Under.
Don't do that. Under the radar. Under the radar, where we give you a brief review of what's going on in indie wrestling, just as MLW, TNA, whatever we think you should know what's going on, we'll let you know about it. And then Saturday night, it's alright. We have a watch along of AEW Collision. And then we end the week with Sunday, Enter the Square Circle, where Slam and Sammy Joe and ALW compete in the world of professional gaming.
If you see this is for the Cookout audio where it's available. I on Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube Audio, Google Podcast, and iHeartRadio. And you can check out our social medias.
We are
Meta,
up everywhere.
Thread, Discord, X, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram.
Just search Workhorse Wrestling Network, and we should pop up.
See this right here? See this right here? Enjoy.
QR code. Yeah.
All right. Well, when are we being back?
So we're going to have some shorts for Thursday and Wednesday. You're going to watch us live on Friday.
Well, man, no pay-per-views this weekend, huh?
You're not tired? It's been a rough couple of weeks. It's been good weeks though. It's been great. It's been great wrestling, but yeah, we can do a break.
It will be nice to be able to do other stuff with my time, sure.
Like go to take a nap and not have to worry about. Oh, am I up early enough to watch wrestling? Yeah.
I don't nap. I can't nap. What? I can barely sleep as it is, like let alone take naps. All right. Well, on that note, we bid you adieu, good night, and ba-bang.